Go back to Zoom. I know it's Zoom. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire अष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी ओम ज्ञानातिनन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलम् श्री गुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवः श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुय एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवात्सरि गौर भक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 विष्णुपदाय कृष्णविद्यापति प्रिय श्री गिरिराजाय स्वामिने सुभद्रानदास बिहारी भक्तिवचनदाय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपिस्ताय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं नमो यस्ते पातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु तीर्थाय. Just give me 1 minute. Right. Oh my God, this is how it's adjusted. What's going on? All right. It's just this Zoom. I did nothing. It's just auto-adjusting, you know. Oh God. It's called AI intelligence. I couldn't figure out where I am. So we are reading Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text 34. भावयत्येष सत्त्वेन लोकान् वै लोकभावनः इलावतारान्नुरतो देवतिर्यः नरादिषु. Thus the Lord of the universes maintains all planets inhabited by vehicles, man and lower animals. Assuming the roles of incarnations, he performed pastimes revealing those in the mode of pure goodness. So, not everybody will get reclaimed, right? Not everybody will get reclaimed. It's only those who are in pure goodness. So that's why Prabhupada is telling us, training us to get to the mode of goodness. If we are in Rajogun and Tamagun, Tamagun means we are lazy, we are sleepy, right? Rajogun means we are greedy and ambitious. So what time do we have for Krishna? Or what interest do we have in Krishna? So goodness is required. Sattva gun is required, and something can happen for us. There are innumerable material universes, and in each and every universe, the innumerable planets inhabited by different grades of living entities in different modes of nature. The Lord Vishnu incarnates himself in each and every one of them. And in each and every type of living society, he manifests his transcendental pastime amongst them just to create the desire to go back to Godhead. The Lord doesn't change his original transcendental position, but he appears to be differently manifested according to the particular time, circumstances, and society. Sometimes he incarnates himself or empowers a suitable living being to act for him, but in other cases, the purpose is the same. The Lord wants the suffering living being to go back home, back to Godhead. The happiness which the living beings are hankering for is not to be found within any corner of the innumerable universes and material planets. The eternal happiness which the living being wants is obtainable in the kingdom of God, but the forgetful living beings under the influence of the material modes have no information of the kingdom of God. The Lord therefore comes to propagate the message of the kingdom of God, either personally as an incarnation or through his bona fide representative as a good son of God. Such incarnations of God, sons of God, are not making propaganda for going back to God, only within the human society. Their work is also going on in all types of society, among demigods and those other than human beings. So now this chapter 3 will describe, right, the different incarnations. So I think we will go fast on chapter 3. Okay, text 1. Sutta uvacha jagrihe paurusham rupam bhagavan mahat adhivi sambhuttam shodasha kalam adoloka shishirkshaya. Yes, Shikala, you can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Translation. Suta said, in the beginning of the creation, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients for the material creation. And thus, at first, there was the creation of the 16 principles of material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universe. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Bhagavad Gita states that the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna maintains these material universes by extending his plenary expansions. So this Purusha form is the confirmation of the same principle. The original personality of Godhead Vasudev or Lord Krishna, who is famous as the son of King Vasudev or King Nanda, is full with all opulences, all potencies, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. Part of his opulences are manifested as impersonal Brahman, and part of his opulences are manifested as Paramatma. This Purusha, feature of the same personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the original Paramatma, manifestation of the Lord. There are three Purush features in the material creation, and this form, who is known as the Karnodakshai Vishnu, is the first of the three. The others are known as the Garbhodakshai Vishnu and the Shirodakshai Vishnu, which we shall know one after another. The innumerable universes are generated from the skin holes of this Shirodaksha, Karnodaksha Vishnu, and each one of the universes the Lord enters as Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Should I go
Right.
ahead?
So, yeah, 1 minute. Huh? So now these are the three Purusha avatar. All right, three Purusha avatar. So we are familiar with this, all of us. All of us, we are familiar with this three. So this original is Karanadaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and Kshirodaksha Vishnu, three. Origin meaning for the entire cosmic manifestation is from Karanadaksha Vishnu. Then an expansion enters into each and every universe. So this is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Then within the universe, in everybody's heart and every atom, as Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So let's make a note of this, those of you who don't know. Yeah, go on.
In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned that the material world is created at certain intervals and then again destroyed. This creation and destruction is done by the supreme will because of the conditioned souls or the Nitya-baddha living beings. The Nitya-baddha or the eternally conditioned souls have the sense of individuality or ahankar, which dictates then sense enjoyment, which they are unable to have constitutionally. The Lord is the only enjoyer, and all others are enjoyed. The living beings are predominated enjoyers, but the eternally conditioned souls, forgetful of this constitutional position, have strong aspirations to enjoy. The chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned souls in the material world, and side by side, they are given the chance to understand their real constitutional position. Those fortunate living entities who catch the truth and surrender unto the lotus feet of Vasudev after many, many births in the material world join the eternal liberated souls and thus are allowed to enter into the kingdom of Godhead. After this, such fortunate living entities need not come again within the occasional material creation, but those who cannot catch the constitutional truth are again merged into the Mahat Tattva at the time of the annihilation of the material creation. When the creation is again set up, this Mahat Tattva is again let loose. This Mahat Tattva contains all the ingredients of the material manifestations, including the conditioned souls. Primarily, this Mahat Tattva is divided into 16 parts, namely the 5 gross material elements and the 11 working instruments of senses. It is like the cloud in the clear sky. In the spiritual sky, the effulgence of Brahman is spread all around, and the whole system is dazzling in spiritual light. The Mahat Tattva is assembled in some corner of the vast, unlimited spiritual sky, and the part which is thus covered by the Mahat Tattva is called the material sky. This part of the spiritual sky, called the Mahat Tattva, is only an insignificant portion of the whole spiritual sky, and within this Mahat Tattva, there are innumerable universes. All these universes are collectively produced by the Karnodaksha Vishnu, called also the Mahavishnu, who simply throws his glance to impregnate the material sky.
Okay, now I hope you have pen and paper and make drawing, everything, because there's so much information in this. And this is now basic, your Canto 1, chapter 3. So now the description starts, and that's going to become more and more and more complicated as we continue to study Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, get this proper, this description proper. Because I'm not able to, I'm not very, there's a whiteboard somewhere, but I don't know how to use all this. I'm not able to do it. So use your own pen and paper and make notes. So let's start again. So this material world is created at certain levels and again destroyed. Just like our own bodies is created and then it's destroyed. So now the Nitya Baddha, who are Nitya Baddha? Who is being referred to as Nitya Baddha?
We Jeev.
Yeah. The Nitya Baddha are all the Jeev, the conditioned soul, those who are living in this material world. So this Nitya Baddha have a sense of individuality or ahankar. Right? This Jeev has an ahankar or a sense of individuality separate from Krishna. Yeah. Okay, Mala, okay, you can just mute yourself. Okay, thank you. We are on chapter 3, text 1, and second paragraph. So the Nitya Baddha have the sense of individuality, ahankar, which dictates them sense enjoyment. So here Prabhupada is explaining something very important. In his original constitution, when this Atma has no material body, he or she cannot enjoy separate from Krishna. So when we want to enjoy separate from Krishna, then this Atma gets covered by a body called Ahankar. And due to this individuality, Ahankar, you and me, right? So due to this, we are able to enjoy sense enjoyment, have sense enjoyment. So the actual truth is this, that the Lord is the only enjoyer and all others are enjoyed. All right? This is our real position. Lord is enjoyer and everybody else is enjoyed. But when the Supreme Lord is the enjoyer, the enjoy is what Prabhupada calls a predominated enjoyer. The person who's being enjoyed, he's also an enjoyer, but he's an enjoyer under the shelter of the Supreme Lord. Just like your servant, your servant, you're always giving some gift to your servant, right? You're always giving him gifts. So he comes to work or she comes to work in your house and naturally, you're happy to have somebody to help you. And you're always picking up something from your home and giving, right? Whether it's clothes, whether it is some fruits, some grains, anything, you're always sharing. And that's how people previously, they used to just stick to you because they know they'll be satisfied. You're going to satisfy their needs. So in the spiritual world, this Jeev is in total shelter. So his or her idea is only asking, what can I do for you? What do you want me to do? And I do it. And when we do it, we are happy. So predominated enjoyers. But the eternally conditioned soul, forgetful of this constitutional position, now what happened? They want independence. No, I don't want to be with Krishna. I want my own lifestyle. I want my own set of toys that I'm going to manipulate. So we make our whole list. So then Krishna says, okay, the material world is for you. So those The chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned souls in the material world. And side by side, they are given the chance to understand the real constitutional condition, like all of us. All of us. So, okay, we are going on with our lives. Whatever design we have made for ourselves, whatever plans we have made for ourselves. We are executing it and we are doing everything. But Krishna is giving chance side by side for us to know that actually who we are. So those fortunate living beings who catch the truth and surrender unto the lotus feet of Vasudeva, after many, many births in the material world, join the eternally liberated souls, and thus are allowed to enter into the kingdom of God. So we have to make ourselves eligible, qualified to enter the kingdom of God. So we have to catch this truth that actually I'm not independent enjoyer, I'm a predominated enjoyer. I need the shelter of the Supreme Lord. If I try to do it by myself, it's a big mess. But those, after this, such fortunate living entities need not come again within the occasional material creation. So this is your liberation. So if we surrender to Krishna, we do everything for him, my whole life is only for him, then there's no need for me to again adopt a body of ahankar. Aham akar, right? To say aham. Aham, everything is aham. Ahankar. My akar is aham, it's all about me. Everything is about me. Okay, so what happened? But those who cannot catch the constitutional truth are again merged into the Mahat Tattva at the time of annihilation of the material creation. So what happened? Now, this soul develops a false body, right? We develop it like what we have, the body is false. It's a false body. It's not our real body. Our real body is the body of a soul. So we develop a false body, right? Depending on what we want, we develop, certain type of shape of body. My head, my nose, my eyes, my tongue, my legs, my hands, my back, my belly. It's a machine. So it's not us. So it's false. So what happened now when at the time of annihilation, the false self dissolve in Mahat Tattva. I remain. But that body dissolved. Those who cannot touch the constitutional truth again merge into the Mahat Tattva at the time of the annihilation of the material creation. When the creation is again set up, this Mahat Tattva is again let loose. All right. This Mahat Tattva contains all the ingredients of the material manifestation, just like a child, including the conditioned soul. So all those ingredients of material creation become like a mush, become completely mush. It's our proverbial primordial soup, right? Everything become a soup. I mean, you can't see the ingredients in your soup, right? You can't distinguish the potato from the carrots, from the pumpkin or whatever else you put. Everything is one. Everything look one, right? But Krishna's soup is such that you can again sift them out. And this Mahat Tattva here, Prabhupada is saying, this Mahat Tattva also has a place for the Atma. So now what is this Mahat Tattva? So it is divided into 16 parts, namely the 5 gross material elements, which our body consists of: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. So 5 gross material elements, then 11 working instruments. So here comes, so all the earth, water, fire, air, and ether, and then the shape start to come. The shape of the body start to come, right? So you have the sense, knowledge acquiring senses, which are all situated in the front of your head. And then the working senses, your head, your arms, your legs, your stomach, and so on. It is like the cloud in the clear sky. So Prabhupada has made this picture here on your Bhagavatam. So here there's a cloud. There's a cloud in the clear sky of the spiritual world. In the spiritual sky, the effulgence of Brahman is spread all around. And the whole system is dazzling in spiritual light. All right, so spiritual light is dazzling, all right? But in one corner, there's like a cloud. The Mahat Tattva is assembled in some corner of the vast, unlimited spiritual sky. And the part which is just covered by the Mahat Tattva is called the material sky. Right? So I hope you're imagining it, but Prabhupada has made a picture here on the cover of your book, Srimad Bhagavatam. The cover of your book is this picture. All right. So one part of this dazzling Brahmajyoti in one part, one corner, and there's an insignificant portion. This is where this Mahat Tattva cloud has been gathered. So it's not allowed to enter other parts, so it's just pushed in one section. All these universes are collectively produced by Karanadakshay Vishnu, called also the Mahavishnu. So these universes, so meaning in this Mahat Tattva, so many universes are produced. So you can see the picture there in your book. So you can see Mahavishnu, he's lying in this frozen ocean and he's breathing out the universes. And then he will enter into each and every universe. And then again, he will split and enter each atom. Each atom and everybody's heart. So all these universes are collectively produced by the Karanadakshay Vishnu. How? So he glances at materials, he throws his glance to impregnate the material sky. So the Mahat Tattva is there, and the Jiva in the body of Mahavishnu, right? So he will again project the Jiva into material nature. So this is how material nature appears to be alive. So it's alive because we exist in the material nature. Any question on this? Okay, so let's continue. Text 2. Yasyam hasi shayanasya yoga nidram vitanvataha nabhi asit brahmaten brahma vishnu vishwa shrijampatihi. Okay, Anupama, you want to read? Now I know your name. What's the meaning of your name? Anupam, yesterday we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Anupam. Anupam is exquisite. So that's your name, Anupama.
Hare Krishna. Translation. A part of the Purusha lies down within the water of the universe. From the navel lake of his body sprouts a lotus stem, and from the lotus flower atop this stem, Brahma, the master of all engineers in the universe, becomes manifest. The first Purusha is the Karanadakshay Vishnu. From his skin holes, innumerable universes have sprung up. In each and every universe, the Purusha enters as the Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. He is lying within the half of the universe, which is full with the water of his body. And from the navel of Garbhodakshayi Vishnu has sprung the stem of the lotus flower, the birthplace of Brahma, who is the father of all living beings and the master of all the demigod engineers engaged in the perfect design and working of the universal order. Within the stem of the lotus, there are 14 divisions of planetary systems, and the earthly planets are situated in the middle. Upwards, there are other better planetary systems, and the topmost system is called Brahmalok or Satyalok. Downwards from the earthly planetary system, there are 7 lower planetary systems inhabited by the Asuras and similar other materialistic living beings. From Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, there is expansion of the Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, who is the collective Paramatma of all living beings. He is called Hari, and from him all incarnations within the universe are expanded.
Okay,
Therefore,
one minute. So again, imagine, draw your own, make your own drawing and look at the picture. So from the body of, so the first Purusha is Karanadakshay Vishnu, also known as Mahavishnu. So from his skin holes come so many universes. And in each universe, the Purusha enters as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And he lies in the universe which is full with the water. So like his perspiration, we say that he perspires. And so he lies down in the water. And from the navel or Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, so from his navel, will sprout this lotus flower. And this is where Lord Brahma will come. So there is some engineering work going on there, right? Because they have to create this universe. And what for? For those who have ahankar, right? Those who want to be lords and masters in this world. So for them, this creation is. So if you don't want to be in this creation, right? You need not to be, right? So we have to give up our ahankar. The opportunity to be humble is always there, right? Opportunity to give in rather than, fighting with others, give me, fight. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. All conflict. Ahankara. I'm the center of the universe. So those who have that kind of mentality, they take birth here. Shri Vishnu come the lotus flower. I think you have seen the picture. And Lord Brahma takes birth there. And he's the father of all living beings and the master of all the demigod engineers. So he's an engineer, but he brings along all his engineers, right? So he's going to design this creation and he will give everybody some work. But we don't have much detail about how it happens. And I'm sure there are other Puranas which describe Lord Brahma's creation and which Deva comes. Well, maybe Bhagavatam also. But at least Bhagavatam will give us the list of the Devas. So upwards, so there are 14, so within the stem of that lotus, there are 14 divisions. So I hope you're making a drawing, as I can't make it for you. You may draw that lotus, and the lotus in the stem of the lotus, there are 14 divisions. So the earthly planets are right in the middle. So in your drawing, just make right in the middle is earthly planet. You must use pen and paper so that you remember it. Only by hearing, unfortunately, as Kali-yuga people, we can't remember. Right? So, but a visual, an image is very important. So make your own drawing so you'll never forget. So in the middle are the earthly planets, Bhulok. And then upwards in a better planetary system. So Swargalok is also within Bhulok, but higher, much higher is Satyalok. So meaning at the top, the very top, and that's why the lotus, remember. So there's the lotus, Lord Brahma is sitting here, and this is the trunk, the stem, and in that stem are all the planetary systems. So now this upwards, top is you go to Brahmalok and down, you come down, right? So after the middle planetary system, which is earthly, there's 7 lower planetary systems inhabited by the asuras and similar other materialistic living beings. All right, so the whole universe is well designed, and definitely there are people who will just go down there into Patalok, right? So everything is made ready for us. Yes, continue. Yeah, sorry. So then this Paramatma, which Vishnu is Paramatma?
Vishnu.
Kshirodakshay.
Kshirodakshay Vishnu.
Kshirodakshay Vishnu. He's lying in the ocean of Kshira, milk. So he the collective Paramatma of all living beings. Kshirodakshay Vishnu, meaning in everybody there is a Paramatma. So the Kshirodakshay Vishnu is the collective Paramatma, meaning all the Paramatma in everybody's heart. So this is Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Yeah, go on.
Therefore, the conclusion is that the Purusha avatar is manifested in 3 features. First, the Karanodakshai, who creates aggregate material ingredients in the Mahatvattva. Second, the Garbhodakshai, who enters in each and every universe. And third, the Kshirodakshai Vishnu, who is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. One who knows these plenary features of the personality of Godhead knows Godhead properly, and thus the knower becomes freed from the material conditions of birth, death, old age, and disease, as it is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. In this shloka, the subject matter of Mahavishnu is summarized. The Mahavishnu lies down in some part of the spiritual sky by his own free will. Thus he lies on the ocean of Karana, from where he glances over his material nature, and the Mahatattva is at once created. Thus electrified by the power of the Lord, the material nature at once creates innumerable universes. Just as in due course a tree decorates itself with innumerable grown fruits. The seed of the tree is sown by the cultivator, and the tree or creeper in due course becomes manifested with so many fruits. Nothing can take place without a cause. The Karana ocean is therefore called the causal ocean. Karana means causal. We should not foolishly accept the atheistic theory of creation. The description of the atheist is given in the Bhagavad Gita. The atheist does not believe in the creator, but he cannot give a good theory to explain the creation. Material nature has no power to create without the power of the Purusha, just as Prakriti or woman cannot produce a child without the connection of a Purusha or man. The Purusha impregnates and the Prakriti delivers. We should not expect milk from the fleshy bags on the neck of a goat, although they look like bristly nipples. Similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of the Purusha who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because the Lord wished to lie down in meditation, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each one of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and the different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning, although personally he has nothing to do. No one is greater than or equal to him. That is the verdict of the Vedas.
See, now this is this whole description. So this whole description, we should know this properly. Why? Because every philosophy has their own way of describing it. And the scientists, those who are studying material nature, they're absolutely completely fascinated by material nature. They want to discover the origin of everything. So here Bhagavatam is giving the version of the Vedas. So first, so the conclusion is that the Purusha avatar is manifested in three features. What are they?
Karnodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Shirodakshay Vishnu.
I hope all of you have noted this down. And this Paramatma is the Paramatma of every material object, organic or inorganic. What does that mean? Organic or inorganic?
Chal or achal, मतलब
What is
हिंदी में
the
chal
meaning
और
of-
achal.
Yeah. Chal and achal, meaning
Chal.
that jar.
Jad, achal jad. Achal means jad.
Non-moving.
Moving, non-moving. हाँ.
Yeah, but here organic and inorganic. What's that organic and inorganic?
Organic means
It's not moving and non-moving. Trees are non-moving, but they are organic.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that yeah, Rashmi is doctor, right? What is the meaning organic, inorganic? They invented these terms, organic, and that's why in Hindi they can't translate it. Organic and inorganic.
Organic is created by nature. Inorganic is when we artificially create.
No, inorganic means that which is dead matter, that's what they mean, right? And like this plastic chair is inorganic, and I am organic. They don't say soul, all right? They don't say soul, right? They don't say soul. They believe your body is soul, itself is matter, right? They believe you're matter, right? So they came up with those terms, organic and inorganic. So Prabhupada
Jad
is
or Chetan. हाँ.
so
Organic means Chetan and inorganic means Jad, who cannot produce anything.
okay. So here, so this Paramatma is within the body, within the Atma, okay? He's the Atma of the soul, and he's also the Atma of every atom of matter, every atom of matter. Is it clear? All right. One who knows these plenary features of the person Godhead knows Godhead properly. So these are plenary. What is the meaning of plenary?
Full. Complete.
Full. All right. So meaning that each and every one of them, Karana-daksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Shiro-daksha Vishnu, they are complete. They're not fragments. the complete. So one who knows these plenary features of the person Godhead knows Godhead properly. And thus the knower becomes free from the material conditions of birth, death, old age. Why? Why will you become free from this body if you understand these three features?
Is it because we understand the opulence of Krishna and how he creates, and then we can become his devotee? Is that why?
Well, he is very specific. Here, not the opulence of the Lord as is being discussed. It is his feature in these three features, right? This is what's being discussed here. So, one who knows these plenary features of the person Godhead knows Godhead properly. And thus the knower becomes free from the material condition birth, because the Jeev is able to understand that he's separate from the body. He's able to understand that there is the original creator, Karanakshay Vishnu, and then he has expanded as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and then he has expanded Kshirodakshay Vishnu, and the Kshirodakshay Vishnu has entered each and every particle of matter, and also in his own heart as Jiva. If you understand this separation, right? So he said, oh, I'm not this body. Automatically he understands that he, the Jeev, is engaged in a body made of matter. And when he understands this, naturally, there is no more taking birth again. No more birth, death, disease, and all this. He becomes free. He's able to discard his material body, or he desires to discard the material body. And Krishna makes the arrangement for him. So, in this shloka, the subject matter Mahavishnu is summarized. It's a summary. So, now revision. Prabhupada is giving a revision. Mahavishnu lies down in some part of the spirit sky by his own free, meaning he wish. Nobody's telling him to do it. Right? He himself, he decides. Just like preachers. Nobody's interested in preachers. Preachers are running after all conditioned soul. Conditioned soul are running away from preachers, and preachers are chasing after them, right? And why? Free will. And the other one is saying, why are you bugging me? Right? Why are you bugging me? After me? Leave me alone. Right? But free will. Right? So the Supreme Lord, by his free will, he decides this is what he wants. So he decides. He lies in the ocean of Karana. Karana means the cook. In a sense, it is figurative. In a sense, it's a figurative. The ocean of pores, meaning just like my body is caused by my father, mother. Father's mother body is caused by somebody. Right? Go on, right? So the original cause, this is Karna, the original cause of our bodies. So this cloud, this one section of the spiritual sky, which is a sign, this is like where the conditioned soul can have the residence. So Mahavishnu, he lies down in that part of the spiritual sky by himself, right? So when he lies in that in that ocean. So he glances from where he glances over material nature. So this is Prakriti, all right? So he glances over material nature, and at once Mahat Tattva is created. So Prakriti is that energy. See, we are not able to imagine it because these are not three-dimensional, right? It's not at all three-dimensional, so we are not able to imagine what it is. So Karanadaksha Vishnu lies in the ocean of Karana, and he glances over material nature, and Mahat Tattva is at once created. Thus electrified by the power of the Lord, the material nature at once creates innumerable universals. Just as in due course a tree decorates itself with innumerable grown fruits. So that what analogy? So Mahavishnu glances at Prakriti, Mahatattva becomes manifest, and this Mahatattva start to split into so many universals. The seed of the tree is sown by the cultivator. All right. And the tree or creeper in due course becomes manifest with so many fruits. Nothing can take place without a cause. All right. Prabhupada and the philosophy of Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad philosophy is defeating the philosophy of the atheists, the scientists who say there is no cause behind creation. They say material creation, nature is the cause. And here, Bhagavad is saying, no, the Purusha is the cause. You follow this? Nothing can take place without a cause. The Karana ocean is therefore called the causal ocean. Karana means causal. We should not foolishly accept the atheist theory of creation. The description of the atheist is given in the Bhagavad Gita. The atheist doesn't believe in the creator, but he cannot give a good theory to explain the creation. They are unable to explain the creation, right? Material nature has no power to create without the power of the Purusha. How do you explain that, you put a seed in earth, you water it, and that seed grows and becomes a plant. And you can put another seed in earth and nothing happens, right? Is it that every seed that you plant grows into a tree? Right? So nothing is automatic, right? So that seed which has life in it will cause the development of a tree. If the seed has no, just like a father, he impregnates a woman, but the woman still doesn't give birth to a child, right? Isn't it? Is it that every time, the father gives the seed, there is a child? No. That's why when no children is born, we say, what happened? The seed was given, but no child, because life isn't there. Jeev is not in the seed. So there has to be, so beside the father and mother, there has to be somebody else who is giving the Jeev. And the Jeev is causing the material nature to produce the body. You follow? The atheist, so material nature has no power to create without the power of Purusha. Just as Prakriti, a woman cannot produce a child without the connection of a Purusha or man. The Purusha impregnates and the Prakriti delivers. We should not expect milk from the fleshy bags on the neck of a goat, although they look like breastly nipples. Similarly, we should not expect any creative power from the material ingredients. We must believe in the power of the Purusha, who impregnates Prakriti or nature. Because the Lord wished to lie down in meditation, yoga nidra, the material energy created innumerable universes at once. In each of them, the Lord lay down, and thus all the planets and the different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning. Perfect planning, although personally he has nothing to do. Perfect planning, right? And we are making our own plans, right? Whole life we make our own plans and we put aside Krishna, right? How do you meet the next? Do you know how scary it is? You know, as soon as you come of age, you come 16, 17, 18, you becomes nervous. You become nervous because now you have to face the world and you think it's all on your own. Everything you have to do on your own. When you become 25, parents are no longer with you. Right? Parents are confused. You are confused. And you don't take shelter of Krishna's plan. So therefore it is very, very risky, very scary to be in this world. So no one is greater than or equal to him. That is the verdict of the Vedas. So very technical, but the question was asked. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is about Krishna. So now this is like an introduction to who is Krishna and how he's the source of all incarnations. All right, so we've reached what time?
Mataji, I will.
Yes.
Mataji, I just in other places we have read that from the breathing of Mahavishnu, all the universes are coming out from the pores of his body. But in other places we read like this, that he glances over material nature, Pradhan, and then the Mahatattva is created. Then the universe. So
Both.
different times, different way it is done. That way.
No, it's both. Both is happening. That's what I said. This is not three-dimensional, right? That's what I said. It's not three-dimensional. Both.
Okay, Mataji.
It's just like summarized for us. That's all. But the whole engineering impossible to understand. We already saw the scientist is trying to understand material nature, right? Can't figure out, right? Cannot figure out anything about creation. You give him an apple, you give him a grape, you tell him analyze it and tell me how, apple tastes this way and grapes taste this way. Is he able to tell us? Impossible, right? So those who are intelligent just enjoy it, right?
And Mataji, Brahma is responsible for creating the bodies of all the living entities, the demigods and everything. So the demigods will live. The sun planet, moon planet. So those planets are also created by Brahma, or this is happening by Mahavishnu?
No. The ingredients are provided by Mahavishnu. Planets, what it is? It's a place of residence, right? So these are all the creations, sthanam. So just like your house, he creates your house. Right? He creates the land where you build your house.
So it's not Brahma creating the planets.
No, it's Brahma, right?
Brahma is creating the planets. Okay.
Yeah, meaning that the universe is there, right? And now Brahma is the engineer where he's segregating everything and he's putting everything, all the planet system, he's dividing them, he's creating. But the blueprint is given by
Krishna.
Vishnu, not Krishna. Krishna is enjoying in Guru, has nothing to do with all this. Vishnu, right? Karandakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu.
Garbhodaksha.
The body of Garbhodakshay Vishnu is that blueprint. Again, I'm saying this is not three-dimensional. So the body of Garbhodakshay Vishnu is itself print. And then Lord Brahma, using that blueprint, he makes he assembles the creation. Exactly as the way engineers work, right? They follow a pattern, right? They follow a plan. An architect will, do everything, this, right? Engineer will make sure that nothing falls apart, right? Yeah, this is all geography and engineering, construction, right? And it's all false because it falls apart.
So Mataji, Brahma will be responsible for giving when the Jivatma leaves his body and he's now going to accept another body, that new body which he's going to accept, that new body will also be given by Brahma only. No? So Brahma is constantly creating, no?
Yeah, did we read somewhere that all the bodies are already existing? And then you just go and sit in those bodies, species, right? Simultaneously, they're all created. Did we read somewhere?
We read in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
No, we just read now. Somebody reading about this. Read about this. Everything is just created. And you just go and take your place. So all the different planets and the different paraphernalia were created at once by the will of the Lord. The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes at perfect will. So anyway, if you're supposed to have another human body, so that human body, the design is already there. It's only according to karma that body is tailor-made, right? Like we are wearing clothes, except if you're wearing saris, which you can just wrap around you. Everything else, you have to take according to measurement, right? Isn't it? So our bodies is made according to our tailor-made for us. So the next body, we used to say like this, you're plotting the graph of your next body. Actually plotting the graph of your next body at every moment. The shape of your body, right? By our karma, by our action, by our thoughts, our words, right? We're creating the shape of the next body. So that's why once that shape is ready, you move into it. It's not that suddenly, you die and then you sit and wait and the body is now getting manufactured. Every day you are creating your next body. Every single moment you're creating your next body. So that's why when we are preaching, we're talking, we're discussing, we are saying, be careful, because you are plotting the shape. You speak, you have with dots, right? Creating the shape of your next body. But you can erase it.
Sanskar, no? Sanskar. We are creating our sanskar for our next body.
I'm speaking of a shape. Yeah, I'm speaking of a shape now. Because we're speaking of design here. Right? Speaking of shape. Whether you're going to take birth as a camel, it's a shape. Right? So if we behave in the way camels behave, right? So you're plotting the shape of a camel for your next life. So it's not that I die and I move it and say, where's my body? Your body is already ready. Just have to enter into it. This is perfect planning, right? The Lord has unlimited potencies, and thus he can act as he likes by perfect planning. So we plan for a child, right? So when you plan for a child and somebody else is dying, right? Somebody else is dying, and that soul, by planning, will enter where he deserves. So you can choose your baby, right? You can definitely choose your baby, right? And the baby will choose his or her destination, right? Very intricate, extremely intricate. And that's why the majority of the world just close their eyes and ears and say it doesn't exist. We live once, let us enjoy now, and then you die and it's all over. So in these few purports, we have read actually who we are and how the creation of the body is happening. So we are only the beginning of Bhagavatam, chapter 3 of the first canto. There's huge, huge, huge description. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Mancha Kalpatamascha Kripa Sindhu Krishna.
It's very,
Krishna.
it's very
Thank you.
intense. Huh? It gets very, very intense all this.